Hey everybody, I'm Adam Bloom, current board member at the Worthington YMCA and a longtime member. Been a member here for 25 years. I have a strong passion for the Y, and I'm here to talk to Cory today about the Strong Challenge. What has been the goal for the past 6 weeks, Cory?
So I know you and a couple other of our other board members have signed up and participated, and the goal of the Strong Challenge has really been to get people active, involved, and kind of come back to that sense of belonging to something, which we've definitely missed out on during the COVID and our restrictions and stuff that are in place. With the Y, we feel that we can offer a bit of support to people, help them get back on track with some of their goals and planning, and just help them try to come back to a balanced, healthy lifestyle.
Now that we're going through this, this doesn't just stop from here. So what do we do to continue moving forward?
So with the Strong Challenge, it's never been about just the 6 weeks and stopping. We've had our weekly themes here we've gone through. We've gotten our text messages that you get in the weekly emails. But it's never just been a 6-week program or a goal. It's not just, we're going through this week and we're done. The whole point has been that we want to take these ideas and tools that we've been working on the last 5-6 weeks here and try to incorporate that into our lifestyle on a regular basis. So just because this is our last week doesn't mean we stop having fun, finding time for rest, trying to be a part of our community.
So along this process, I guess, what have you gotten from this whole Strong Challenge?
For myself, I lost a little bit of weight, didn't quite make my goal, but it helped me set aside time to participate in some stuff and try and meet that 20 minutes of activity each day. And like we were just talking about, have a little bit of motivation outside of just saying, I'm going to do this. And I think sometimes people struggle with that, about not being able to feel like they can take that first step. Challenge. We've kind of been able to open that door and let people come join us. So how's yours been going?
Mine's been going well. One of the first initial steps that I had was to narrow down my time in between sets and working out, and some weight loss incorporation with it. I've really noticed that I've narrowed down the time in between sets, where it used to be, okay, I got time, so I'm going to look at my phone over this quick or something like that. And I've gotten to the point where I limit that, where I don't really go to my phone. I go from point A to point B because I'm really happy with where we're at with that. And I've been happy, like I say, with the weight loss, because I feel a lot more energetic, and I've really felt a lot better the last couple of weeks.
Sometimes we might rest too much when we go home and sit on a couch or in front of the TV, or we might sleep too long. And there is a fine line between having too much rest and not enough.
Right.
You're about to get busier here with the spring coming in, so that fact that you have energy,
Yes.
feel a bit better, is definitely going to make things and that lifestyle for you and your job easier, which has always been the goal, to make people's lives more enjoyable,
Yep.
to have the energy to do the things that we want to do and can accomplish things we have to do
Yep.
easier.
Where do we go from here? What's coming up?
So we have another challenge we're going to start running called the Reset Challenge. We're just going to give people a bit of a break here, see how you can kind of continue on with your own stuff here for a couple of weeks while we get that reorganized and established before we start implementing it. And we'll have a similar program or challenge for people to participate in, and we will probably try and do a couple of things differently from our end to make it a little more maybe not competitive like we were talking about here earlier, but to pick people up, really feel like you have something to work for. Like we talked about, it's never been just the 6 weeks, but we want you to maybe take some time here and reflect about what can we do to incorporate this into our everyday life.
Mm-hmm.
For myself, the rest time was a big one, the play time was a big one. I felt I could usually find some time to do some activity, but consciously taking time out of my day to do some of those things was really tough. Did you have a similar experience with some of that?
Yeah, because you're narrowed down to a certain, as you get older or more towards adulthood and having kids, you have a narrow time span. So yeah, I mean, it was
I'm realizing that more
a
and more.
challenge. Yeah, correct. And yeah, it definitely is. I mean, for me, it was most of the time it had to be nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
Throughout the day you're busy and you forget. But yeah, maybe with the reset challenge, maybe with a little more, I don't know, competition to it.
A little more push from us,
Yes.
and just kind of helping with that accountability piece.
Yes, I think that'll help a lot.
Like we were talking before, it's one thing to go and do stuff on your own, and hopefully no one picked goals that were too lofty that didn't get accomplished. We wanted them to be
Right.
kind of small, but we want to help you try and find maybe something a little bit more challenging, and we're going to help push you to accomplish that with a little more follow through.
Yeah. But no, I found it very, very helpful and a good starting step.
And that was the goal. So thank you everyone for joining us. Thanks Adam for coming in here
Thanks,
and
Cory.
participating in our last video. So this week for our week six of the Strong Challenge, we're looking for balance. So we want you to take this time with your tracking calendar, continue to find your 5 days of 20 minutes of activity, and start to process how we can start to balance these themes throughout our everyday life.